Okay, you're welcome back to the Arise interview, where we speak to the newsmakers as well as ordinary people doing extraordinary things around the world and featuring the voices at the heart of the stories. I am ChristianOgodo. Thanks so very much for staying with us. The ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, says it is fully prepared to defeat the main opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, at the Supreme Court. Chairman of the party, Ade Omole, made this remark following reported plans by the PDP to appeal Wednesday's ruling of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, dismissing the challenge of President Muhammadu Buhari's victory at the polls. The APC chairman, who accompanied women representatives from the party to the presidential villa, told State House correspondents that the ruling was a vindication and an affirmation of the people's massive support during the February polls.
Is there any one of you here as media practitioners who will question the academic qualification of any Nigerian who has attended NDA, rose from a rank of lieutenant to second lieutenant, to captain, to major, to lieutenant colonel, to brigadier general, and then becoming a major general, being a former head of state, addressing Nigeria in English, and somebody who is saying, is asking question whether such person is sufficiently educated to govern Nigeria. I don't want to sound arrogant. Yesterday, I said, I hope that this whole contestation was about Nigeria, who actually won the election. And both parties are committed to building Nigeria. It was just about who should be given the key. Now, this has been resolved. And it is time to queue behind the winner and move on. After all, our winner is the best example that losing one election does not tantamount to the end of your political life.
All right, to further look at the tribunal judgment, I have now been joined by Buba Galadinma, who is the spokesman of the People's Democratic Party presidential campaign. I know he's chieftain, a stalwart. And also by Prince Ade Omole, who is the leader of the All Progressives Congress in the United Kingdom. Gentlemen, very warm welcome. You're looking very lugubrious, Buba.
Chris, thank you for giving me this little opportunity.
And how do you react to the tribunal's judgment? I mean, it was a unanimous decision. I mean, no dissenting voice, and points of laws were marshaled, outlined. Is it the certificate issue? It was dismissed, I mean, or is it the website issue? It became a nullity too.
Yes, why not? That's correct. That is why the long grammar, in order to circumvent the truth.
Long grammar from where?
9 hours.
From the justices?
Of course, long grammar. You've just seen the national chairman of the APC justifying qualification because he himself doesn't have one. He didn't go to school. Which school did he attend? He himself didn't go to school, so he's justifying that. Look, it is a simple matter. You are the anchor of this program. Did you just come here and tell the proprietor that because you speak English, he's going to give you this employment? You didn't show him any evidence that you had some measure of qualification. If anybody says he has qualification, where is the evidence? We are not saying that General Buhari did not fulfill the other aspect of the constitutional requirement. That is to say that, or equivalent. That is not where we are going. Where the PDP case was going is that he swore on oath that he has those documents. And up to now, as I speak with you, he has not shown any Nigerian that he has those qualifications.
But you were very good friends before the fallout.
We are still friends. I'm helping him by what I'm doing. If there are anybody with sense around him, they should know that I'm his best friend who could tell him what none of them could dare tell him.
But in the first tenure, even before he won the elections as a member, you've always been a member of his party.
Not always. I am the national chairman of the reformed APC in
the APC.
No, with having a memorandum of understanding with the PDP to produce a credible manager of Nigerian people, somebody with a large heart to lead this nation. And
he was nominated, and today is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Of course, I am a Democrat.
But you knew
if that is what the majority of Nigerians believe, why not?
So there was a lacuna all this time, before now?
I used to compile the documents. It's there in my affidavit. I was the star witness on his qualification. I had always compiled his documents to INEC. I had never seen the certificate. I said so. Until when the military came out through General Lale to say that they never had his documents. Then I said, wow, this is a man that we promoted as a man of integrity, a man of competence, an honest man. How could that be?
Okay. Ade, I don't think you're nonplussed about this. Yeah.
I think first and foremost, I'd like to congratulate the President, President Muhammadu Buhari, for the victory. It was a well-deserved victory. I'd also like to congratulate Nigerians. I think this was a victory for Nigerians because Nigerians at the end of the day willingly actually gave the APC and President Muhammadu Buhari the mandate to rule for another 4 years. And the judgment on Wednesday confirms that this circus is actually more or less coming to an end. I understand the opposition party will be going to the Supreme Court. That's their choice. It's their money. If they want to burn it, they can go ahead and do that. But as of today, we're going ahead with governance. That's what we've been elected to do. That's what we will be doing. And that's what we've been doing in the last 4 years. And that's why our mandate was renewed in 2019, February, so that we can actually do that in 2023. And having said that, now coming to the case itself, I think it's quite obvious. Like you did say, it was an unanimous decision. All the judges actually agreed, and that petition was actually thrown out. For me personally, I think it was the most frivolous petition I've ever come across. It was especially the server issue, the non-existent server issue that was brought up as part of it. This was something that was actually unanimous. Nobody knew who actually put those images on the website, and the judges actually reiterated that it was probably one of the most frivolous petitions to have actually been put together at a tribunal. So going forward, we're looking forward, we're not looking backward, because this is, to me and to the party, is more or less a distraction. And what we're doing now is how are we going to get 100 million people out of poverty in the next 10 years? That actually
the president is very worried about the impoverishment of Nigerians.
Definitely, and that's why.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Even when he talked about, increasing VAT from 5% to 7.5% and the rest, do you increase?
Good incentive for the voters.
No, it's when you actually talk about VAT. When you actually talk about the VAT, you also look at the SIP programs that have actually been put in place. The government does need money, funds to actually do that.
The social intervention projects.
The social intervention programs. We have the conditional cash transfer. We have the N-Power. We have the GEP, and we also have the school feeding program
and the market money program too.
That is also going ongoing.
The 10,000 naira.
The 10,000 naira, 50,000 naira, and some are actually collecting 100,000 per month, which is a loan.
Buba is sniggering.
Well, it's actually up to them to do that.
Yeah, quickly, because we have just about 2 minutes to the first break. No, to the first break. Go on. Yeah.
This is a serious government actually looking at serious issues. We're not here for distractions. We're not going to be going on about somebody who's smiling. We're actually a serious government, and we're actually determined 10 million Nigerians every single year for the next 10 years.
Okay,
That's
Ade,
what
let
we're
me
focused
put you on
that's what
pause
we'll be
there.
doing,
Okay.
and that's what this government is actually doing.
Fantastic. Buba, the president has called for, peace, unity, and the rest after the tribunal's judgment. Will you and your party not be embracing that kind of magnanimity?
Of course, if it is resting on justice, not when we were shortchanged. Why not? We are Nigerians. We are patriotic Nigerians more than each and every one of them. And I forgive him, my little brother here. I don't think he's a member of the party, APC. I don't know him because I'm a signatory, one of the 9 signatories.
He leads the party in the
Hold
UK.
on, Chris. The man is from UK. He doesn't understand what is happening here. That's why he talks the way he's talking, with passion. If he were to be living in Nigeria, or if he goes home to his village, then he would have known that every Nigerian
But
is
you can
in
see
a
that very well.
he's
is a
looking
man-
very robust.
He
No,
visits Nigeria
Very
regularly from what
robust.
you can see.
I've been in and out of Nigeria in the last 4 years. I've been
Oh,
in and
yes,
out
yes,
of
he had
Nigeria
his
all
stand.
the
He
time.
has his stand.
In the
He
last
had
4
his
years,
stand.
I understand the issues that are actually ongoing in the country. I have families in this country.
He
I have
even knows. He
families there.
even knows the programs. If you drew up the program then in APC,
and I've actually followed.
he's reading
and
them
I've been
out.
part of this.
I
government
know
for the
now
last 4
the
years.
incentive for the voters for having voted General Buhari is to visit them with hardship, increase in VAT. Today, in a similar program, one APC stalwart told me that VAT doesn't concern the ordinary person. Then I keep on asking myself, are these APC
but you saw the
people-
women going to the villa to
Have you
congratulate
seen when
the
General
president.
Buhari won election in 2015, there was spontaneous jubilation across the country. People got killed while driving foolishly. People got killed when riding machine.
Excessive jubilation.
Today, when he won this election and when he was declared by the court, tell me one person on the street who said, "Whoa, hallelujah."
If I may come in there quickly,
Is there anybody?
The margin of
Have you
win-
seen?
Let's rewind to 2015.
You're welcome back to the Arise interview, and I still have Buba Galadinma in the studios, a stalwart of PDP, and Ade Omole, APC leader in the UK. Gentlemen, Buba, okay, let's leave some of these rhetorics now. There's a lot of Nigerians are saying, PDP, Atiku, don't bother to go to the Supreme Court. Just let bygone be bygone. Excuse me.
So, Chris, you are now God, eh?
I said,
You can look
I
into
said
the future.
Nigerians, not me.
Oh, so Nigerians are now God. They can look into the future and they know what would happen in the Supreme Court.
They just feel it's a futile exercise.
Correct. But under the Constitution of Nigeria, are we entitled
Very
to
well.
pursue that?
Very well.
Fine. I want to tell you something you wouldn't understand. 2 days to Wednesday, specifically on Monday, the security agencies in Nigeria, as usual, started issuing threats of people trying to destabilize the country, unpatriotic people who are trying to disorganize the society. We will deal with them. Being an intelligent and experienced person, I went to the national chairman of the PDP. I hope he's watching us. Decision has already been taken. We are not going to have justice. He told me, why? I said, because whenever the state wants to do hanky-panky, what they do is to send threats and feelers through the security. The man never believed me. Then I said, I'm not going on Wednesday. I didn't go. I was woken up by my wife that everybody was seated. Then I suddenly saw an array of people seated, very big VIP, who have never participated in any campaign, who have never voted either way, but have now taken over And I told my wife, do you see these guys? Said, no, they know the judgment. And I told the chairman, if they didn't know the judgment, they wouldn't have been there, because they know that if the court pronounces that candidate Buhari didn't win squarely, they would be the first target of Nigerians. And so I was proved right. And here in this studio, everything I said, the inability of Mr. President then to sign the Electoral Act, I said here, suggests that they were going to rig the election. And for 2 years, brick batting between National Assembly, because that new amended electoral law has taken care of all electoral lapses in the country, from Lord Lugard to Jonathan. And the man refused to sign because his handlers told him, we can't win election until we rig. Then came, suddenly, as to prove me right, Walter Onoge, one of the 3 justices of the Supreme Court that gave judgment to General Buhari after the 2007 election, was now fingered out as a mole. That if you don't remove him and we come before him, the man believes in looking for the truth in a case rather than looking for technicality. So, and they know that the truth is that they cannot win. So they booted him out. What they had used to assess the integrity of Walter Onoge, how many judges in Nigeria can pass that test?
If I may.
And
you're coming. Just hold on.
As that was not enough, 6 hours to the general election, they now canceled the election when they made the opposition dispersed all their resources just to overstretch them. The point I would want to make, Chris, for Nigerians to know
very quickly
is that under this electoral law, as presently crafted, nobody can prove an electoral case.
Then why do you want to go to the Supreme Court?
We have to test. We have to exercise our rights to the fullest. Let the people fool themselves, if need be. I just want. I'm coming. I've not landed. Under this electoral law, no election result. This thing can be overturned for the simple reason. These justices, what they had done to this country, only God knows where we are going to end. Now they have told us that INEC doesn't need to go to the field and conduct the election. They can declare results in their office without conducting election, and it is your problem to go to the court, and they will not give you access to documents.
Let me just quickly say.
That is one.
Let me quickly say, because
they
of
have
the time.
now said that whether you go to school
Buba,
or you don't go to school,
Nigerians are not God. Yeah. Nigerians are not God, but they are children of God. So let's actually clarify that. Yes, Nigerians are not God, but they are all creation of God. So let's actually take that aside. Now, Nigeria is a democracy. We believe in the rule of law. The court has ruled. The tribunal has ruled until.
APC believe in rule of law? APC?
Well,
APC,
sorry,
sir.
can I just make my point?
APC,
I mean,
sir.
like I didn't interject when you were talking.
APC,
you
interjected me and took over.
Can I just make my point? Sorry. Now, the tribunal has ruled. The petition we now know was the most frivolous petition to have actually been put forward by the opposition party. And now what we're doing now, what the APC is doing is actually getting on with what we've been elected to do, which is getting more Nigerians out of poverty. And that's exactly what we will be doing now without the distraction of the opposition party.
Of the
I mean, for us, it's actually getting more Nigerians out of poverty, creating jobs, putting the right infrastructure in place, and also ensuring that we curb the corruption that was actually entitled by the opposition party during their 16 years of waste.
Corrupt.
And that's sorry. Sorry, so that's exactly
Look at their cabinet.
That is
Look
exactly,
at their cabinet.
That is exactly what we're doing, and that's what we will be doing.
Corruption.
And I think we've actually spent a lot of time on this distraction, and we will be moving ahead to actually ensure that we actually deliver the promises of the next level. And that's what we're looking forward to. And that's what we will be doing from now till the end of the mandate given to freely and willingly given to President Muhammadu Buhari.
Within 2 minutes now, let's wrap this up. Yes, it says it's a distraction.
Quickly, no distraction.
Okay.
He talked about corruption. He talked about rule of law. And I don't think an APC man would have the guts to sit beside me and talk about the issue of corruption. Who in the APC that is not corrupt? Look at their cabinet.
You were coming from there. So,
I am one.
So you're corrupt?
Maybe.
If he's a corrupt man, I think that's it's quite obvious why he actually left and actually joined the corrupt party, so that he can actually that he can actually engage in such things.
Do you know that
what we're doing within the APC, what we're doing within the APC is improving the economy, ensuring that more Nigerians are actually out of poverty, taking them out of poverty, and that's why we've actually put in the social investment programs, and that's what we'll be doing without this distraction from the opposition party.
I mean,
my advice to the opposition party, this particular opposition party, will be for them to collapse, like my colleague said the other day, collapse, disband, and I've never been a member of the PDP. I will never be a member of the PDP. I have never been a member of the PDP. Will never be a member of the PDP because I don't think the PDP is a political party. I think it's just a thieving party to actually deceive Nigerians. It's a big scam, and I believe that Nigerians are actually given.
Who is your national chairman?
Well,
I say who is your national chairman?
You can actually Google that. You can actually Google that.
The man is the head of the party.
You can actually Google that.
He has got a corruption case over his head.
You can actually Google that if you want to know the national party. If you want to know the national chairman of the party.
I don't know him.
Now,
somebody
going back to serious work
against him.
This is what this opposition party. This is what this opposition party has been doing for several years. For 16 years they were in power. It was corruption, distraction, and going about except helping the poor. And that's what we're doing. We're helping the poor, bringing more Nigerians out of poverty.
Insecurity.
Go out there.
Insecurity.
Compared to what we have at this present time.
All this is going to be in 30 seconds.
Compared to what we have at this present time. Abuja was a bombing site for the Boko Haram. They were actually bombing Abuja.
Okay, gentlemen, we don't have. We're going to go. We don't have the time. Gentlemen, thank you. Excuse me, Ade. Excuse me. Well, I think it's become so heated. Gentlemen, thanks so very much. Buba Galadinma, I want to thank you. And Ade Omole, an APC leader in the UK. Thanks very much, gentlemen. That's all for this edition of the Arise interview. Remember to join us again for a fresh edition. Bye-bye.